Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mythlok, where we delve into the fascinating tales and traditions of world mythology. This is your host, Nitin Nair, and today we are exploring the intriguing process of judgment in ancient Egyptian mythology, specifically focusing on the role of Maat. How were the dead judged in the land of the pharaohs? What stories and characters played crucial roles in this process? And what moral and ethical lessons can we learn from them? So sit back and let's journey into the mystical world of ancient Egypt. In Egyptian mythology, Maat is the goddess of truth, justice, and cosmic order. She is the personification of the laws that govern the universe, and her principles were fundamental to the Egyptians' understanding of life and death. Maat was depicted as a woman with an ostrich feather on her head, symbolizing truth and justice. Her presence was crucial in maintaining balance and harmony not just in the mortal world, but also in the afterlife. The process of judgment after death, known as weighing of the heart, was a central belief in ancient Egyptian religion. It was believed that every soul had to undergo this judgment to determine its fate in the afterlife. This process was overseen by the god Osiris, the lord of the underworld, but Maat's role was pivotal as her feather was the standard against which the deceased heart was weighed. Let's take a closer look at the key figures involved in this sacred ritual. Osiris. Osiris, the god of the afterlife, resurrection, and agriculture, presided over the judgment process. He was depicted as a mummified king with green skin, symbolizing rebirth and fertility. Osiris played a vital role in ensuring that justice was served and that the soul's rightful place in the afterlife was determined. Next was Anubis, the jackal-headed god of mummification and the afterlife, who was responsible for guiding the souls of the dead through the underworld. He was the one who led the deceased to the hall of Maat, where the judgment took place, and assisted in the weighing of the heart. Next was Thoth, the ibis-headed god of wisdom and writing, who acted as the scribe during the judgment process. He recorded the outcome of the weighing and ensured that the proceedings were documented accurately. Thoth's role was crucial in maintaining the integrity of the judgment. Ammit, the fearsome demoness with the head of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the hindquarters of a hippopotamus, was present during the weighing. If the heart was found to be heavier than Maat's feather, indicating a life of wrongdoing, Ammit would devour the heart, condemning the soul to eternal oblivion. Now, what was the actual process of weighing of the heart? Well, the journey to the afterlife began with the deceased being led by Anubis to the hall of Maat. Here, the heart of the deceased was placed on one side of a scale, while Maat's feather of truth was placed on the other. The heart was believed to be the seat of the soul, containing all the deeds and thoughts of the person's life. If the heart was as light as a feather, it meant that the deceased led a life of truth and justice, adhering to the principles of Maat. Such souls were granted passage to the afterlife, where they would live eternally in peace and happiness. However, if the heart was heavier than the feather, it indicated a life of deceit and immorality. In this case, Ammit would devour the heart and the soul would be doomed to non-existence, denied entry into the afterlife. Before we continue exploring the moral and ethical implications of this process, I'd like to remind you to like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoy our content. Hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest episodes and your support acts as motivation to help us bring more exciting stories from mythology to life. Do leave your comments in the section below because you know that we respond to each and every single comment. Now back to the video. When we look at the moral and ethical implications of this judgment process, it was not just a ritual for the dead. It was a reflection of the moral and ethical values that govern daily life. The concept of Maat as truth and justice emphasized the importance of living a righteous life. The Egyptians believed that living in accordance with Maat's principles was essential for maintaining harmony in society. This included honesty, integrity, kindness, and respect for others. The notion that one's actions would be judged in the afterlife served as a powerful incentive to lead a virtuous life. The weighing of the heart also underscored the idea of personal accountability. Every individual was responsible for their actions, and there was no escaping the consequences. This belief in accountability resonated deeply within the Egyptian society, promoting justice and fairness for all. Maat was not only a personal guide, but also a societal one. The community as a whole was expected to uphold these values to ensure the stability and prosperity of the nation. This collective responsibility reinforced the interconnectedness of individuals and the larger community. There are numerous myths and stories that illustrate the judgment process and the role of Maat. One such tale is that of Sinuhe, a high-ranking official who fled Egypt after a political scandal. His story reflects the themes of redemption and the search for Maat. After living in exile, Sinuhe sought forgiveness and returned to Egypt, where he was judged favorably and granted a peaceful afterlife. Another story is the tale of the eloquent pheasant, which highlights the importance of justice and the application of Maat in daily life. The peasant, robbed of his goods, petitions the pharaoh for justice. His eloquence and persistence in seeking Maat eventually led to his vindication and the punishment of the wrongdoer. As we come to the end of our exploration, there are a few questions that propped up in the back of my mind. How do the concepts of truth and justice in Maat compare to those in modern societies? What lessons can we draw from the weighing of the heart regarding personal accountability and ethical living? How can we apply the principles of Maat to our own lives and communities even today? I hope you found the exploration of Maat and the judgment of the dead as fascinating as I did. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with fellow mythology enthusiasts. This is your host Nitin Nair, signing out and reminding you to stay curious and stay mythical.